There's been loads of rumours about the potential incomings at Barcelona, but what does that mean for the players already in the squad? Well, it could mean that some of them are going to leave. So here are 5 players who should be leaving Barcelona this summer. First off, and it's Ousmane Dembele. One of the biggest talking points is how he's just constantly injured, and I think for Barcelona, enough is enough. He's still at the young stage where they could probably tell prospective buyers that the injuries are just a phase, that he'll go on to be the top player, especially as they're going to want a hell of a lot of money for him. They signed him for over 100 million euros from Borussia Dortmund, and there's no way that they're going to let Dembele go for like 50 or 60. So either they loan him out where he proves his fitness and his form and they get a great player back, or they get rid of him and hope to get some sort of big fee for him. For whatever reason, it just has not worked out for Ousmane Dembele. First off, when he's not on the injury table and actually in the squad, there seems to be real inconsistencies. His attitude has also been called a problem, and does anyone know actually his best position, whether it's on the left or the right hand side? Things get a little bit clouded. It's not so straightforward for Dembele. He should act as a warning for Jadon Sancho about leaving Borussia Dortmund just a little bit too early and believing all the hype. Now don't get me wrong, he is still young, so can definitely go on to be a top player. Moving on from Dembele and to another Barcelona player who should be leaving, that is Nelson Semedo. Now, I'm not sure about what you guys think, and he looks like a pretty decent player, but just not a top-level Barcelona player, and it seems like they really have trust issues with him. I mean, put it this way, every single time there's a big deal mentioned for Barcelona when they're bringing in a big player, whether it's Neymar or whether it's Lautaro Martinez, whenever there's a swap deal mentioned, Semedo's like the first guy to be offered in a swap deal. It's like that's how much they care about him. They'll just throw him to any other club to try and sweeten the deal, and maybe just make the deal a little bit cheaper. That's certainly what happened when it comes to Inter Milan's Lautaro Martinez, and with Semedo, he's already behind Sergio Roberto in the pecking order. When Roberto moves into midfield, yeah, then Semedo has a chance, or when Roberto's injured. But the fact is, the Spaniard is one of the main captains at the club, and they really do give a long lifespan to especially those ones that are treasured at the club. Sergio Roberto is most definitely one of them, and as with Nelson Semedo, I can't see him going for a big fee, and I can't see him being massively important for Barcelona into the future. He was signed after Dani Alves left. He definitely hasn't lived up to Dani Alves' boots, and I probably don't think he ever will. Next up, and one of the older players who doesn't look like he's going to be sticking around for too long, and that's because he has younger, ultimately better midfielders that are taking his spot. That is Ivan Rakitic. Now actually, put the youngsters like Arthur and Frenkie de Jong, who are Barcelona's future in midfield, to the side. There's also Sergio Busquets, but much like with Sergio Roberto, Busquets is one of their own. He's one of the captains on the field and off the field at Barcelona, and it looks like with his role, what he does, he could probably play for the next few years into his late 30s. As with Ivan Rakitic, my suggestion, it's just my opinion, is that he leaves now while he's still got the legs and the ability to play at another top club. Now in January, there were rumours that Atletico Madrid had open contract talks with Ivan Rakitic's representatives. Now the former Sevilla man has put in a brilliant shift at Barcelona. He's been brilliant in everything that they've done over the last few years, including being instrumental in that Champions League win back in 2015. Just one of the things that I think as time has run, Barca are going to get a little bit of money for him if they can, and Rakitic is still going to be able to go to a top club, especially if he goes to Atletico Madrid. I don't really think he's in the retirement phase just yet. The next one on the list though, and someone you probably might have forgotten that's even at Barcelona, and it's Rafinha. Came through, the younger brother of Thiago. Big things were expected for him, but it just really didn't work out. A few loan spells away have brought absolutely nothing, and now he's currently on loan at Celta Vigo. But here's the interesting thing about him. Before he went on loan to Celta in July or August of 2019, he renewed his contract with the club till 2021 because it was running out this summer in 2020. The basics behind that is not that Barcelona are planning for a future with Rafinha. It's just so that if he has an unbelievable season, he doesn't go for a free, and Barcelona can A, bring him back and then sell him on the back of a good season for Celta. And if he doesn't, well, they've got another year to loan him out, or just another year to maybe integrate him into the squad. Can't see that one happening, so it looks like they're protecting themselves and going to earn themselves a little bit of money in the future. As for how his loan spell has worked out at Celta, not too well, as they are fighting relegation yet again. So that one's a little bit of a lesser known player who's not currently at the club, but the last one on this list, the 5th player who I think should be leaving Barcelona, Antoine Griezmann. Now, I'm not just jumping on the media hype or saying that he should swap with Neymar. I just think it's not really working out for him at Barca. We've seen it before Coutinho. It looked like he had all the skills to be a brilliant Barcelona player, but it just didn't happen. And the same thing goes for Antoine Griezmann. Now, there's two reasons for this. Firstly, I don't think his style of play fits. And secondly, I think that Barcelona really are going to look in another direction because, well, they can still get some money for Griezmann. He's in his late 20s, and although they won't get anywhere near the 120 million euros they paid to Atletico Madrid for the Frenchman, I still think they could probably get between 60 and 80, which isn't really a bad deal after quite a poor season. The thing is with Griezmann, he doesn't really fit in anywhere. If he's going to be the main striker, I think Luis Suarez is A, the main striker, and B, when Suarez leaves or basically slows down, they're going to be bringing in a new man. Like, picture if Suarez leaves the club, Lautaro Martinez is his replacement, or whoever they sign as a replacement. He's going to be the number one striker, like the number one guy, so Griezmann isn't going to be there. In terms of dropping deep and being a playmaker, that's obviously Lionel Messi's role, so Griezmann doesn't fit in there either. And as being for turfed out wide, that's definitely not Griezmann's role. Being a young, speedy winger, the likes of Ousmane Dembele, the likes of Ansu Fati, and anyone else that Barcelona will bring in, even Neymar, Griezmann doesn't fit that role either. So there's three attacking roles that he's not going to be number one choice. So really, why would he stay? He's kind of in that Neymar syndrome where he was the top guy at Atletico Madrid. He was the top player. He was everything to them. Then he left and he's found out, well, he's not really a star at Barca, so maybe he should go somewhere else. Look, if he can get a swap deal with Neymar, maybe Kylian Mbappe leaves the club, Griezmann at PSG, and Cavani's leaving as well, he would be the guy. He would be the attacker. He would be basically everything he was at Atletico Madrid, just in France. So there you have it, 5 players who I think should be leaving Barcelona this summer, but of course, that's not necessarily going to happen. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, who you agree with, who you disagree with, and who you'd have leaving the Catalan club instead. Of course, whilst you're there, you can smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on Onefootball. But until next time, I will see you guys later.